Well, hello then, I do hope you're all well. Now, has Brexit been beautifully destroyed by this amazing expert? Who am I talking about? Professor Jürgen Mayer, industrialist, chair of the Digital Catapult, co-founder of VOCL and former chief executive of Siemens UK. And he had something very interesting to say about Brexit and, more importantly, the price of sovereignty in this interview. And it's very fascinating.
Now, I mentioned the front page story on the FT, the chemical sector facing a big hit in red tape. I mean, I guess you were a devout Remainer. You would say, I did tell you this would happen.
Well, I mean, I was a Remainer, but in the end, you know, what I hope we would do is go for a more sensible version of Brexit, and we haven't. We've gone for a very hard version of Brexit, and what that is doing in this case is it's forcing businesses to have to comply to two sets of regulations. So if you're a chemicals company, and by the way, chemicals are in pretty much everything that we produce, every plastic product, anything that might have a coating on it has a chemical product in it. And that chemical product now needs to be registered in the EU and needs to be registered under the so-called UK REACH regulation. So it's double cost. It's costing $2 billion for the chemicals industry, as this article says. And the mockery here is that both prospective prime ministers are calling for scrapping all of EU regulation. And what you can read into that is, for a lot of those, there will be double regulation and double cost. So in summary, I think what we're learning is that our so-called sovereignty is turning out to be rather expensive.
Now, when I listened to this interview, my first thoughts were, it just sums up the whole shit show that we're in, because let's be honest, we've for far too long listened to people who've seem to have very easy answers for very, very complicated questions. Nigel Foghorn of Ignorance and our Bodge Jobson. They seem to say, well, we can have sovereignty, when they've clearly not got a clue what it means. But when I watched this interview, it just spoke total sense, didn't it? And and when you listen to it, you think the more and more they double down on all their rhetoric, the more stupid they sound, don't they? These, especially like Rishi Sunak and Dizzy Lizzy, talk about doing away with the European rules and regulations and stuff like that. I'm not sure they're going to be able to do it, especially not after listening to that interview. But anyway, I'm not going to wrap it on any longer, but I do hope you enjoyed that interview, because I thought it was brilliant. So I shall leave the video here, and until the next time, I shall bid you farewell and take care.